What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, well, just wanted to give a little bit of an update on Riftwatchers as we have officially hit 10% of packs either burned or sent to the DAO. So as it stands right now, only 2.7 million packs are available, of which you can see here we have a little bit over 900,000 that have been opened. And then the numbers here aren't perfect on Splinter cards because the circulating does include the burned and sent to DAO. So 429 minus 42 minus 256 probably puts us about 100,000 or so, a little bit more than 100,000 that are circulating. But we do have still 55.6% left, 1.666, interesting number, million remaining. Now, as I've said before, I'm watching this closely, and the thing is, there have been purchases, just not enough to move things forward. So, in a sense, this is kind of where we're at. These are the main updates. One, the airdrop, or at least, the next airdrop is still set to come on September 7th. It is going to, the 11th burn that we have is going to be the burn that happens on the early morning of September 7th, at least here in the US. And that will unlock that 500,000 threshold, or the 1.5 million threshold. So we probably do need to buy a little bit more, but at this point, sales just haven't been that high. That being said, we are closing in on the amount of DEC in the DAO at about 100 million, which is significant when you think about DEC, but I'll make a separate video for DEC kind of covering that because there's some other things that I wanted to go over for DEC. With Riftwatchers, right now, it's the same thing. We're still on track for the next airdrop to be September 7th. And then, as I've been saying, the big date for me is November 15th. Not that that date isn't going to change, just because it is, if we get to November 15th, that means we have burned or sent to the DAO 50% of Riftwatchers. So you can imagine, right? We have a little bit, probably 1 million or 1.1 million that have already been around. You got about 256,000 that have been burned, another 42,000 that has been sent to the DAO, and we're still waiting on land, right? So this is, and the reason I say that is not to be salty about land. It's just to say everybody's attention is elsewhere. Everybody's attention is, what is land going to do? How much DEC is it going to require? How much is it going to shake things up? How much is it going to shake up the meta in the actual game with people pulling cards off of the market, putting cards onto land, right? Combining cards, buying cards, all those things. Now, Riftwatchers, on the other hand, I will say that I do not expect Riftwatchers to be utilized on land as much. It's not like you get any major benefits, and most of the Riftwatcher cards are very, fairly competitive in the current meta. So, my guess is that Riftwatchers is not going to be impacted by land very much, unless, of course, we get to a point where all of the other cards just start getting sucked up off the market. But if that ends up being the case, I do believe that people will just open more Chaos Legion packs, because those are still being given out in rewards, and I'm not sure how much longer that's going to last for. It was 6 months starting in March, so maybe by the end of September we'll see that run out. But either way, there's still 2.8 million circulating around, and if people need more cards for land, I would highly guess, I would guess with a very high degree of accuracy, I believe, that they would end up going for Chaos Legion packs, just because the pricing, the value that you get out of it, and there's just an overabundance of these types of cards. Whereas for Riftwatchers, we don't necessarily have that. So November 15th is the big date. Obviously, that's still a couple of months away, less than 3 months though. And September 7th is when we will expect the next airdrop. Now, here's the thing, at least concerning land, we do not have land on the QA server yet. Farpetrad has gone on vacation and may not come back until after, actually, I don't know when he's coming back, but I'm assuming if he's gone for the week, right, we may not get land actually live until we get to that point where we unlock the next airdrop, which again could be interesting, right? I'm talking about not Mav QA, right? But I'm talking about the actual launch of land until that first, maybe even second week of September. So just something to keep in mind, that we're going to continue chugging along with these burns and these, packs being sent to the DAO for a while, and then only then will we have to start to deal with the impact of what land is going to do to the overall card market, to the game, and all that. But like I said, even though I'm putting all of that in there just to consider it, I personally don't think it's going to have as much of an impact. It just doesn't seem like there's an appetite for the cards right now. Maybe at some point people will want to put in more. Maybe at some point we will see SPS go up, right? We'll see SPS go up with the flywheel, all of that people will choose to burn their SPS for DEC and buy Riftwatcher packs. But until that happens, it's really hard to speculate. So we'll leave it there for now. Those are the two dates that I'm still watching, September 7th and November 15th. But that is all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.